Hello fellow scale modelers, welcome back to another video. It's your host Ray. Today I've got another mini siren building analysis. I don't want to say review as often anymore, but yeah, it might have taken you a second to locate where the siren was, and it's right up here. I'm not going to talk about the building in this video because I made a separate video for that about what I ended up doing with the building and how the build went. So if you want to see that, link in the description below, so yeah, go watch that. But this is about the siren itself, because I like to do specific building analysis videos about these. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. So I got this building for my birthday. I built it, and the reason I got it was because I wanted to put a different siren on here. I had a different siren that I had for a while, but instead I decided to put this one. And honestly, I gotta say I'm really happy with my decision. Yeah, I'll zoom in onto the roof so you can see the siren a bit better, as well as just see all the details that I did end up adding. So yeah, let's do this. So that's the siren. Geez, I can't speak English today. And sorry if the camera's shaking a lot, it's just my tripod's not cooperating and I'm trying to get the thing to rotate, but it won't. So here's the siren. And this siren is, in particular, just please bear in mind this name is a little cringy and I did not come up with it. It is a Super Sirex Model 50, produced by the company HOR. Many of these were installed specifically in New York City, Chicago. Some of them were installed in, I believe, Philadelphia, I'm going to say. Quite a few of these in the American Midwest and the New England area. And some made it to California as well, but these are fairly uncommon nowadays since they were large sirens meant for installation atop large buildings in lots of cities. And these were installed in the 1950s, all the way throughout the 60s, to warn of a nuclear attack from the Soviets. Thankfully, that never came. And since then, the sirens have been repurposed or just decommissioned. And those that were decommissioned, a large majority of them were removed and scrapped, and that's why these are very uncommon. So, yeah. And I just tend to like them a lot, and I figured it would fit this kind of building since this is a very tall building, and this is an ideal mounting spot for a siren like this. So I did. And honestly, I'm very happy with it. You can see I mounted it on styrene plastic parts, which then I painted to look like wood. And the siren, it actually rotates. So, yeah. It's quite cool. This is also the first time I add two of the shrouds to this, and if you're curious, the shrouds are these parts right here. Those are the shrouds. And what they do is to protect the rotors, better known as choppers, which are basically large fans in cylindrical casings with holes in them. Those fans are called choppers, and the cylindrical casings are called stators. And these shrouds here serve for two purposes. One, to direct the sound downwards towards the ground, because the idea was to put these on a tall building so they could be heard from long distances as well as be heard easily on the ground. So that's what those are for. And they protected the choppers from getting any sort of water or debris in them. So that's cool. These horns, you can see these horns, they project the sound outwards so it can reach long distances. And I'll turn the entire building somehow. There you go. So yeah, I just turned the entire building, and now you can see the wiring. Yes, this is actually supposed to represent conduit wires, so the siren can receive electricity, so it can power the siren's motors. In reality, this is just burnt plastic parts. So what I did was I took spare plastic parts, specifically these parts from parts sprues, and I melted them, lit them on fire, and then pulled them apart, and they became thin little strips of plastic, which then I shaped to have these curves and connect to the siren. Here's its control box, just a standard control box. And I actually added a little caution sign. I'm going to try and adjust so I can zoom in as much as possible, but you can barely see it, but in English it says caution. And that caution sign I actually stole from decal set from, of all things, an FA-18 fighter jet. And I just saw it had caution on it to prevent damage of la 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 la. I just figured I'd put it there because it looked cool. Excuse me, I had to burp really quickly. That caution is to basically tell anyone who's within a decent range of the siren, also known as someone on the roof, that hey, the siren can go off automatically, and you will go deaf if you stand close enough to it and you don't have adequate hearing protection. So just gotta be careful about that. The markings you see on the control box, or here, let me zoom back in on that again. Sorry. This is the control box again. This right here is a U.S. Civil Defense logo from the I believe that was made in the 40s or 50s. I'm not sure about that. And that was only recently discarded in the late 1990s, early 2000s. So yeah, that's what that is. I couldn't get the red Civil Defense letters though because I just can't paint that. And this here is just an emergency shut-off switch. So if the siren does keep going for an extended period of time, or it's going off when it's not supposed to, someone can go up on the roof and just shut it off. So yeah, that's that. Here's another up close of the siren if you want to have a look at that, and I'll give you a quick rotating demonstration. So yeah, you can see this here is a rotation motor. It allows the siren to rotate, and this is a electric box which transfers power to the rotator box, or not rotator box, but the rotator motor. So yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. I also added, you can see these are little rungs, basically for anyone who's trying to like get access to the siren or the roof section here. They can climb up here really quickly instead of having to get on here with either a ladder or even a crane, if necessary, to repair the siren. So I figured I'd make that a little detail, and I did that a few days ago and with spare plastic parts from another model kit, and honestly, I think it looks alright. Alright, so that's basically it for the video. I know it's kind of weird that I put that I even have a particular interest in Cold War era sirens, but I guess it's cool. I figured I'd put it up there, and honestly, you have to admit it looks kind of cool on this kind of building. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask them down below in the comment section, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Share this to your friends who might like this, and if you want to hear more about the building included in this video, then feel free to visit the link down in the description below where I talk about the building only. Yeah, that's basically it. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in my next video.